Down. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pit Stop. I'm your host, Connor Laeski, here back with another video. We have a surprise today. We have a special guest. It's the first time we've had a special guest on any of my videos, and I'm very excited to introduce my family member and my friend, David Farthing. David, say hello.
What's up?
He's a huge NASCAR fan. I'm happy he could join the show. We're excited to talk about what's going on this week. We got Daytona, huge race. This is the first time Daytona is going to be the final race. You heard me. Final regular season race to get into the NASCAR 2020 Cup Series playoffs. It's amazing. The season's already coming to the wire. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, let's just jump right into it. We got a few topics to go over, and I'm going to ask David a few questions, see how we can talk about it. So let's go jump right into it. So obviously we got a lot of news going on with Kevin Harvick. 56th win he picked up at Dover on Sunday for the doubleheader. You know, Denny Hamlin as well picking up his sixth win of the season on Saturday in the doubleheader. So, you know, Denny Hamlin flexes his muscle. Kevin Harvick flexes his muscle back. And we got a pretty big battle going on with Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. What do you think what's going on there, David, with Kevin and Denny, man? Like, how do you feel about that season they're having?
They're spot on, man. It's like they're perfect. You know, they got the perfect chemistry with their crew chiefs, and there's really nobody close. I mean, Brad's third, and he's not even having really half the year those two guys are having. So yeah, they're really close to the field for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing, man. The crew chiefs right now are spot on. I will agree. It's pretty crazy to see how we have such a back and forth with Hamlin and Harvick. You know, like it's just wild. You know, I mean, who do you think's got the upper hand this year going to the playoffs? You know, I mean, they feel like I feel like Harvick and Denny have just separated themselves from the field. Of course, Brad Keselowski's right behind him with 3 wins this season, but I don't know, man. Like, who do you think's got the upper hand? It's so close.
Yeah, I mean, I think Harvick's a more popular opinion, but, you know, you see how, you know, Hamlin seems to answer week in and week out. You know, Harvick will win a race and Hamlin will answer right back. So it's hard to say. I mean, I feel like there's been a couple races where Hamlin or Chris Gabehart, Hamlin's crew chief, has had the upper hand, like at Pocono. They had the Brickyard one, and he cut that tire down. But, you know, if they both get to Phoenix, I mean, you're going to like to hear this, but I got to give the hand to Harvick if it comes down to just straight driving. So,
yeah, I was just about to say, I was just about to agree with you at the end for sure, because we all know Harvick's the king of Phoenix. You know, I think that really plays a big role. I think when they changed the track from Homestead to Phoenix as the championship race, that was a big move they did. And of course, it goes in the hand of Kevin Harvick on that one. So, but
sure,
you know,
Busch.
yeah, exactly. And that I was going to mention him, you know, next with Kyle Busch. You know, I mean, he's locked in the playoffs, but I mean, he's not had the season, man. Like it's very strange that we saw, you know, Kyle Busch dominate last year, and you know, 2018 as well. He had like 8 wins. I mean.
Yeah. The longest he's ever went into a season without a win. I mean, we're 25 races in, he didn't win.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. What do you think? What do you think the problem is? I mean, do you think it's, you know, a crew problem, or, you know, I know like they said the practicing could have been an influence with them not practicing, but it just, you know, he's got so much talent, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, I just think it falls back to the team. You know, Gabehart, Childers, all the engineers. I just think they pegged the setups. And look at Joey Logano. He won 2 out of the first 4 races. COVID hits, and he's yet to win. So these guys, a lot of these guys, I feel like thrive on, you know, a lot of practice. Kyle Busch is known to have one of the best feels for cars, and it's just not, you know, he doesn't really have the time. They just go into it, you know, blind, and just not had the results. So
yeah. I mean, that's kind of what's been going on for Kyle Busch. I mean, you know, and like I said, some of these.
I would have figured during the double headers, though, you know, they could have really made adjustments Pocono,
Yep.
Dover, especially.
Especially, yeah.
That just hadn't been the case. I mean, they haven't.
Right. You're right. I mean, it has been the case at all. It just seems like Harvick and Hamlin just pulled away. I mean, even in the double headers, we had Harvick win back to back at Michigan, which is pretty unreal. That's very hard to do. It just seems like no one can keep up with them right now. It's pretty unreal. I don't know if that's going to change. I mean, the playoffs are long playoffs. Anything can happen. But
I thought it was funny. Kyle Busch was talking to Adam Stevens on the radio during that second race at Dover. And he's like, "This car is worse than yesterday."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, you did hit the wall. You didn't do us any favor there."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of tempers.
He's had a rough year all the way around.
Yeah, and you can see the frustration going on, like you said, with Adam and Kyle.
Yeah.
The frustration is really starting to set in because the playoffs are now. The playoffs are here, and he's still struggling. So it's kind of just like you're going to take it out on crew members, the crew's taking on you. And, that's actually going on with William Byron, and his crew chief, they're chicken house. Yeah. They're having problems too. You could tell by the radio. So it's just kind of getting down to crunch time and drivers and crews are stressing out. So, but so let's switch gears here and talk about what's going on this weekend. I mean, Daytona, like what we all love to see. This is kind of the most exciting race the fans like to see. Of course, we haven't raced at the Daytona Oval since the 500, and we all know how that went. Of course, with Ryan Newman and that tragedy, but luckily he was okay and he's back racing. So. That's awesome to see, and we're all excited to see him race at Daytona this week. But how do you feel about like Daytona really being the last race of the season? Like this is the last one to try to get into playoffs. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, I don't know if they made that just because of the fans. I mean, I don't know how much the drivers really like that.
I think it's definitely more appealing for the fans. I mean, I would say you're not going to see Harvick or Hamlin win, but Hamlin's won the last two 500s.
Right.
So
Yep.
You can never count him out. And Harvick's won too. So, but I think it's ideal because it gives these wild cards.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody like Ricky Stenhouse.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or he can be a little aggressive, but he knows what he's doing around the super speedway.
Yeah, it just gives them a chance, when you look at these standings here, I got them right here next to me. Like Boyer's 14, DeBenedetto's 15th, and Byron is 16th, right? There's 3 spots left on the playoff grid. And you got Johnson -4, Jones -50, Reddick -69, and Bell -176. But, there's other drivers, like you said, Stenhouse is not even in the top 20. And there's probably other drivers as well that have a great opportunity to win this race. And if they win this race, that will affect, Boyer, DeBenedetto, Byron, all these guys, and Jones, and these guys have had, pretty decent seasons. I mean, obviously they haven't had a win yet, but they've been coming in good top 10, top 15s. And you got a guy like Ricky Stenhouse who has not had the best season. He wins Daytona at the very end and gets in and kicks one of these guys out, So that's something for sure that is very different.
Yeah, I think if you don't see somebody outside the top win, I think that it's either going, 2 out of the 3 are going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Benedetto, Byron, and Jimmy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I think it'll be, I see Johnson get shuffled out. I mean,
you think so?
Benedetto's good, pretty good, super speedway driver. Byron's had bad luck, but he's good too.
Mm-hmm.
I just think all that pressure. I mean, I think it all depends on the wrecks, though. That's what it's going to boil down to.
Yeah,
Who gets called up.
Yeah. So you got a bold prediction of who's getting those last 3 spots, man.
I think there's 2 guys to watch out for that could win Saturday and really shake things up. Would be Stenhouse or Eric Jones.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if one of those 2 don't win because they both got to win to make it in, I think Boyer's good. I think I heard he's got to finish like 33rd or better. So, and that's with no stage points. So
correct.
He's pretty much a shoe-in.
Yeah, he's pretty much. Yeah, I mean, he's at the top of the list.
Jones is 50 points out, so he's pretty much got to win.
Yeah, and
So
Jones has to win. DeBenedetto has to win. Reddick has to win. Bell, all these guys, they have to win. DeBenedetto needs to be careful, and Byron, of course, needs to be careful as well.
right.
But it's a wild card race, so these guys all have a chance at winning. And that's what we're going to be interested in looking at, because we already have the playoff lock grid. Everybody above the 14th spot, which Clint Boyer is locked in. So of course, it's obviously you want to win, but it's a lot of pressure right now on these guys. I mean, you talk about dicey. It's about to get really dicey, and we're under the lights as well. We all know we love Daytona under the lights. I know I love it. So yeah, and we got Saturday night prime time. It's going to be awesome, and we can't wait to watch it. And I'm really excited because we're going into the playoffs, obviously, and of course, that's when my videos start really popping off. We're going to have a video every week. I'm not sure what days. I'm probably going to shoot for Tuesday, Wednesdays, and we're going to do one. I'm going to be posting a video every week until we get to the Championship 4. So it's going to be like what I did last year, week to week. And we're going to talk about the standings, talk about who's moving up, who dropped out, who's eliminated. And we're going to just try to keep up week by week until the championship is crowned. So I'm really excited, looking forward to that. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more videos. I'm really glad that David could come on today. Really appreciate that. So, yeah, make sure you guys like this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel. And follow me at the Pit Stop channel on Instagram, at the Pit Stop channel. And you're going to be seeing a lot of different posts coming up on the Instagram. And so just stay tuned. And yeah, so thanks a lot, David. Really appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Love to have you back again. Maybe we can talk about what we'll soon, more tracks in the coming soon for the playoffs. So yeah, adios.
Later.
Awesome. Sweet, dude.